So much of our lives are on video calls now, right? Our homes, our classrooms, our offices, they're all open to the world through a camera. But what happens when someone just barges in? Someone you didn't invite, who's only there to cause chaos? Well, today, we're going to talk about exactly that. We're diving into the crazy, disruptive world of Zoom bombing. Okay, let's be honest. Have you ever been on a video call that just went completely off the rails? I mean, we've all seen the funny stuff, right? The frozen screens, the classic you're on mute, maybe a cat walking across the keyboard. But I'm talking about something way, way worse. What if your call gets totally hijacked by strangers who are just there to ruin it? Yep, there's a name for it, Zoom bombing. And honestly, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Some uninvited person crashes your meeting, and they're not there to make friends. They're there to take over and cause as much chaos and pain as they possibly can.
And listen, this is really important. This is not a harmless prank. Not even close. The stuff these people do, it's often really, really disturbing. We're talking about them blasting pornographic content for everyone to see, shouting awful racial slurs, displaying hate speech, and sometimes they're even secretly recording the whole thing so they can harass you later.
So let's call it what it is. This is a new, nasty form of cyberbullying. It takes these tools that we all rely on to stay connected, for work, for school, for seeing our families, and it completely weaponizes them.
And the scale here is just, wow. Think about this. When the pandemic first hit, first-time Zoom installations shot up by over 1,100%. That's a mind-boggling number. And what that means is millions and millions of new meetings, and with them, millions of new, potentially unlocked, virtual doors just waiting for someone to walk through.
And don't think this is just some problem for big companies. No way. This is happening everywhere. It's happening in virtual classrooms, to teachers just trying to do their jobs. It's happening in community meetings. And get this, even at children's online birthday parties. Literally, no one is safe from this.
To really get how bad this can be, let's look at a real-world example. It happened in a local council meeting in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. They were just holding a pretty normal online town meeting, trying to share resources with the community during the pandemic.
And then, this happened. A person in that meeting said, "I looked up at my screen from the report I was reading, and there was porn on the screen." Just like that, a meeting meant to help people was turned into something awful. You can just feel the shock in that quote, can't you?
As you can imagine, everything just fell into chaos. The poor host was struggling to get control back, but it was almost impossible. And here's why. The attackers were really clever. They joined using the real names of local residents. So trying to kick them out without booting actual community members, it was a total nightmare. Okay, so that's a pretty scary story. But the good news is you are not powerless here. The most important thing is prevention. So the big question is, how do you lock your virtual door before any of these intruders can even think about getting in? All right, here's your security checklist. Super simple stuff that makes a huge difference. Number 1, use unique meeting IDs and passwords. Don't reuse them. Number 2, be careful how you share the meeting details. Never ever post the link on public social media. Send it in a private message. 3, master the waiting room feature. Seriously, think of it as your own personal bouncer. You get to see who's trying to get in before you let them in. 4, kind of related, admit people one by one once you know who they are. And finally, number 5, once all your people are in, lock the meeting. It's like locking the door behind you. No one else can get in after that. Okay, so doing all that is absolutely crucial. But sometimes an attack isn't just a one-time thing. What happens when the Zoom bombing is just the beginning of something much bigger and much worse?
Right? If a harasser manages to grab your name or any other bit of info from that call, things can escalate fast. We're talking about online stalking, getting scary, threatening private messages. They might even dox you, which is when they just blast your private information all over the internet for everyone to see. It can turn into a full-blown campaign to destroy your reputation.
So what then? You've done everything right, you've locked down your meetings, but the harassment just won't stop. It's following you off the call and into the rest of your life. What can you actually do? Where do you even begin when you feel that helpless?
This is the most important thing to get. This is not a prank. It's not a joke. Zoom bombing and the harassment that can come after it are serious, serious offenses. There are real-world legal consequences for the people who do this, and of course, massive emotional consequences for the people they target.
And this is where we come in. As harassment lawyers, we see the fallout from these attacks every single day. And trust us, we know this isn't just about a meeting getting interrupted. It's so much deeper. It's a fundamental violation of your safety, your privacy, and your well-being.
So if you've been a victim of this or any kind of online harassment, please hear this. You are not helpless, and you're definitely not alone. There are concrete steps you can take, and you do have legal options.
Our team can sit down with you and help you make sense of this whole mess. We can help you figure out where you stand legally, and we can walk you through the right steps to take action, whether that's getting an injunction to make the harassment stop or finding other ways to hold these people accountable.
So all of this brings us right back to that first question. The next time you're about to jump on a video call, for work, for a class, or even just to chat with family, stop and ask yourself, is my virtual door unlocked? Because honestly, taking just a few seconds to check those locks can make all the difference in the world.